Hello my 7 deadly sins family and friends, welcome back to another video. Today is about Greatsword Escanor. Now, there are two ways you can play it, but today we're going to be covering the holy way. If you want to purely focus on the damage over time, that is fire damage, which is contradicts the holy spec, because it means that you don't really want holy damage, you don't really want holy attack, and there's no skill based move increases that you can get either. You just want like dot efficiency and attack percent, and you want different accessories due to that. You don't really want crit chance or crit damage if you're going to go purely the dot build, but he's built for holy, so it's kind of weird. So we're not going to do the burn build, we're going to focus on the holy build because of the Ferzen Mines are weak to holy, and I have an inkling that the space-time junction that's coming tomorrow, it will probably have maybe a fire and holy weakness because of Escanor. So let's go over the holy Escanor build. We have obviously the SSR Greatsword, only one limit broke, so it's kind of free to play, you know. I think it's reasonable to have just one limit break with being able to get the drops in Abyss now. We were lucky enough to roll some holy damage, special attack damage and crit chance. And on the armor engraving we've got level 2129, which is quite nice. So this is going to give me an extra 32% of holy damage. The burns really do not matter because you will do no burn damage at all, very minimal. We were lucky enough to get ultimate move damage and a tiny bit of attack increase. Really you are looking for holy damage, ult move damage and special damage. Attack is fine, holy attack kind of mid because you have so little holy attack just in general. And then we can use the same accessory set before to give us as much crit chance and crit damage as possible. Quickly to go over his skills. Increases dot damage, don't care about that, and the passive is kind of crap really. Solar impact, 173% of attack, and it puts weaken, again sadly don't care about that. And then inflicts 289%, increases burn damage, again not matter, but this is a decent multiplier. And then the big one, ultimate, is 390. But what's really good is the burning, because if we go this here, my apologies, if we go here, the burn, it reduces defense up to 15%, which is really nice for when we do our big hits with our special skill and our ultimate, especially when it explodes. I wanted to quickly showcase my stats as I forgot to whilst I was recording the video. I've got nearly 25% special attack damage increase, 10% ult damage. My holy attack is really low. That's why elemental attack is just really poor on those that don't have the gluttonous sword, the gluttonous weapon. I do have a bit of holy damage increase, very high or decently high crit damage with a good amount of crit chance. So yeah, not too bad, I guess. With all that being said, the supports that you can use is pretty much any support that is going to help your crit rate and crit damage. We don't have any holy damage buffers at the moment. So the usual suspects is Daisy, Manny, Slater. And we don't really need any bursting or anything like that, because yes, bursting means you do 15% more damage with holy. I just don't think it's that necessary. If you do wish to burst, because we're in Ferzen Mines, I would suggest using Gil Thunder. He's really quite good at it, especially for free to play. Or if you have Drake, you can use Drake. So, without further ado, I'm going to showcase the same account, free to play, P4 Escanor, doing Ferzen Mines solo.
The sunrise cuts the dark, a blade of burning gold. The cruel sun wakes in me, too bright for gods to hold. Each step ignites the ground, the daylight bends its knee. I am the lion crowned, the peak of all that breathes. Hear the drums, hear the roar. Escanor, Escanor. Feel the heat, feel the floor. Escanor, Escanor. Escanor, I command the flame. Escanor, holy light obeys my name. When I rise, you break. When I speak, the stars align. Escanor, only I decide. My shadow burns the air, a warning carved in light. The cruel sun coils above, preparing for its strike. No race can stand as high, no throne compares to mine. I am the final truth, the lion made divine. Hold your breath, hear the roar. Escanor, Escanor. Kneel in awe, fear no more. Escanor, Escanor. Escanor, I command the flame. Escanor, holy light obeys my name. When I rise, you break. When I speak, the stars align. Escanor, only I decide. The sky begins to tear. The cruel sun starts to fall. A holy impact crowned in radiance over all. Let heaven watch in fear. Let every myth collide. For when the sun descends, only I choose who survives. Witness the hour. Witness the one. I am the pinnacle. I am the sun. Escanor, I command the flame. Escanor, watch creation speak my name. When I rise, you kneel. When I roar, the world divides. Escanor, only I decide. Escanor, the cruel sun is mine.
A little mention is that they did do the shortcut, but I still think even without the shortcut they would still have cleared it in time. So as you saw, that was pretty good, wasn't it? You know, P4 still being able to clear this solo with Escanor with the holy build. It's really kind of cool to see that you don't need massive investments to still clear content as free to play. And hopefully it can kind of give you ideas of team comps you can use to get you through content as a low spender or free to play. Now, without further ado, let us have a go and do it ourselves. I am actually going to switch Slater out for this one for Gil Thunder because I want to skip everything I can because I'm not going to use the shortcut. I'm going to use Gil Thunder to get us straight to the boss basically. So I'll see you in there.
At dawn I kneel to none. The gold wakes up in me. One step and shadows crack like glass beneath my feet. I wear my pride like fire, a crown no one can take. When I lift up my head, the whole sky starts to shake. The road bows down when I come near. Your kings grow small, I have no fear. Escanor, I decide the day. Escanor, watch the dark run away. When I rise, you fall. When I speak, they all obey. Escanor, only I decide. My name is carved in heat on every wall I pass. A smile can melt steel, a glance can turn to ash. The lion in my chest does not retreat or hide. I stand where thunder ends and leave the world in light. The road bows down when I come near. Your kings grow small, I have no fear. Escanor, I decide the day. Escanor, watch the dark run away. When I rise, you fall. When I speak, they all obey. Escanor, only I decide. Say it soft and loud. Let the heavens know. When the sun is mine, there is nowhere cold to go. Escanor, I decide the day. Escanor, watch the dark run away. When I rise, you fall. When I speak, they all obey. Escanor, only I decide.
There we have it, guys. Even with a bit of lag and input latency and whatnot, cleared it in a decent amount of time without using a shortcut. I don't know how I even fell through the floor. I was just kind of like backing away, running around the wall, waiting for the boss to come and get it. So that was a little weird. But yeah, hopefully you can kind of see the difference between P4 and P10. I'm not sure how big of a difference. Unfortunately, twice the boss jumped away from my ultimate when it was going to explode. So I missed two massive nukes from it. But yeah, at least you can see the difference, and I hope that was kind of good for you to see. With all that being said, I think it could be a good opportunity when building Greatsword Escanor to kind of have a mix, so you can still do some dot damage when it is not only weak to Holy and Lightning, for example, that it, say it is weak to fire, and instead of going like full out on like Holy damage, you can look for attack with crit damage and crit chance and special attack move, because the special is the one that did a big chunk in my mind. The Cruel Sun wasn't that much. at least. And that way you can balance out, yes, I could do still a good chunk of burn, and yes, I can do big bursts with my ultimate and then my special abilities. Anyway, I hope this video has kind of given you perspective of what can be done with free-to-play P4 and P10. I apologise for playing so poorly, partially blaming my poor ping because I dodged many times and it didn't register as a dodge, but I'm not really making excuses. You can do it. I believe in yourself, you can do it. I hope you have found this video helpful. If you have, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, a comment. Maybe I've missed something out. I don't think I have. Maybe there are different supports you can use that could be better, but I do think having crit rate, crit damage for this holy burst, and then obviously you need kind of need Gil Thunder for Ferzen, unfortunately, but not for long. Touch wood. I have plans for having Elaine solo Abyss Galland and also Drake solo Ferzen. I've got them ready, and the Drake one will be in the Cracked Sack, so get ready for that. I'm super excited for that. They'll be coming in the next coming days. I'll also be releasing or uploading the songs that I use in these videos. A lot of people have been asking about it. I really like them myself, and I have been listening to them throughout the day. So yeah, look forward to that. And that's it. I hope to see you next time. I really do. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.